Okay, so the engagement ring. Girls want to know the specifics of the 4 C's, which are color, cut, clarity, and carat weight. And the guys are so stressed out thinking one day they're actually going to have to buy one of these that they don't know what to do. Today's video is going to handle both topics. We're going to take a deep dive look at this ring under a macro lens. I'll tell you what carats it is, all of the specs of the ring, as well as give you a little insight into the process of actually picking out an engagement ring. Because for guys, at least I can speak for, picking out an engagement ring seems like one of the scariest events of your entire life. Trying to figure out which ring to get, what size diamond to get, what size to make sure it fits on their finger, and then on top of all of it, you have to figure out how to propose. It can all be very overwhelming. And if I had known how easy the process of picking out an engagement ring was, I probably would have actually gotten married 3 or 4 years ago. So without further ado, to start this video, we're gonna bring in my girlfriend and talk a little bit about the design she chose, as well as what the process of getting this ring was actually like for us. And we also need her because she has the ring. She hasn't taken it off her finger since I gave it to her, which is probably a good sign. So, without further ado, my fiance, Angelique Cooper.
Hello.
Do you have your ring with you?
Of course.
Of course.
I haven't taken it off yet.
That's what I like to hear. So, the first thing that we want to talk about today is kind of the inspiration. You know, you're a very girly girl. I know you've had ideas of a dream ring since you were probably barely off the ground.
Oh yeah. Growing up, I absolutely loved like Disney and princesses and all that. So I actually didn't know exactly what I wanted in a ring. All I knew is I wanted it to be classic, elegant, and just like a princess ring. And I know Sawyer, that's like how he remembers
I love Disney. Yeah, no, I get it.
So it worked out really, really well because we both kind of had like the same vision in mind. But yeah, I just wanted something really classic. Something on a pedestal. And what's kind of funny is now I realize it actually reminds me of my mom's wedding ring growing up. Like totally different, but with like the same characteristic as like this prong type. So it's kind of special to me that way.
That's cool.
Reminds me of my mom. But it's like still super sleek and elegant and just timeless.
Simplicity. So. I think one of the cool things about the ring is like while it's absolutely stunning, it's also really, really simple. It's not overly gaudy. It's just like elegant.
Yeah, I wanted it to be intricate but like really simple at the same time, and I think that's exactly what we got.
For me, the process of actually having it made,
I'm curious on your end, because
it was simpler than I thought. So I partnered with JamesAllen.com, and they're like a huge online ring. They might be one of the largest diamond retailers online.
Largest, yeah.
I wanted to go online. I didn't want to go into a store and pick out a ring. I wanted to design one from the ground up. I wanted it to be special and unique. We'd actually, Angelique and I decided to do this together. So I didn't want her to know when I was going to propose. I didn't even want her to know I was going to propose. But I also knew that I knew she had a dream ring, and I wanted to try to make it as close as possible.
So here's a tip for all the girls out there, and actually the guys as well. I ordered a bunch of fake diamond rings on Amazon.
Like $10, $15 each.
Yeah, I think I spent the most was like $40.
All different sizes and cuts.
Let me grab them.
She has them.
Of fake rings here. So there's a reason for this. So I wanted to make sure whatever I told Sawyer, it was exactly what I wanted.
You want to make sure it looks good on your finger, everything.
And I did try to go to a few jewelry stores here, but it was hard to get some diamond sizes to get an idea. A lot of people said, oh, we don't have that size, but we can order it in. And I'm like, that kind of defeats the purpose. So I went to Amazon and ordered some $10 rings. The point to this is I was able to get a perfect idea of what size diamonds look good on my finger, as well as like different settings.
Diamond shapes too.
Shapes and settings and whoa. So that is a little trick and tip and hack for figuring out your engagement ring. So
also,
that was a little trick.
If you don't buy from someone like James Allen, James Allen does a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you get it, don't like it, you can just ship it back. I didn't know that was a thing until I met them. So we wanted to make sure it was done right, because it is a huge investment, and it's something that you're hopefully going to wear the rest of your life. You don't want to be buying them new, it's not an iPhone. So now that her dream ring exists in her mind, I had the process of trying to figure out how to actually make it come true in real life. And here's how kind of like what I did. I stress out very easily, so I wanted to make the process as simple as possible. Like I said, I partnered with JamesAllen.com, and they assign you someone who can work directly with you to help figure it out. So I got on the phone and I started running through all of Angelique's notes about settings, sizes, prongs, and quickly realized that I had no idea what I was talking about. So they were actually kind enough. They got on the phone with her even for a session, collected like every bit of information that they could, and then that was it. She was done. She didn't have to be there for every call. I didn't want her to know when it was coming and things.
Yeah.
So that process was really more creative than I thought it was going to be. I honestly thought buying an engagement ring would be very much like, I like that one. Can I afford that one? I didn't realize that there's
so
actually
much goes into it.
and there's actually people who can help you figure out what's your budget. Okay, if that's your budget and you want this size, then you can go this route. Or if if this is really important to you, here's how you can make it happen. Once I knew that was like a possibility, my stress went away, and it kind of became creative. It became something fun that we were actually creating together. That was honestly the process. I just went back and forth with a representative at James Allen on the phone and over email. She was awesome.
Yeah.
And then they sent me photos of the finished ring, and I said, well, what about this? What about that? And then they made the tweaks. And when they sent me the final pictures, I said, yeah, I love it. And they sent it to me. It was literally that easy, which is also crazy. But let's get into the design we landed on. I'll be putting pictures on screen to help show the ring, because she's obviously not going to be like that the whole time. Let's start from the bottom up. Let's talk about the band.
Let me take it off.
If you'd like to, yeah.
So I really...
Because it's iced out.
It is iced out.
It is beautiful.
In the most elegant way. It is not too much, but it is a showstopper. So I wanted a 3D band is the
That's
technical
what that's
term
called.
for it.
It's
yes.
a 3D band. Okay.
Diamonds on 3 sides of the band. Now, I also wanted it to go 3/4 the way around, so you can still size it at the bottom. You can see that it's not complete, but if it's
there's no diamonds on the bottom.
You can see that it doesn't connect.
Put your hands down, you'll scrape things. You can knock diamonds out.
Exactly, and you can still size it.
So it's 3/4, and that's called a 3D band.
Correct.
I'm learning still. I have no idea.
So that was the main thing that I wanted for the band. Now the next thing that I wanted was for it to be pretty dainty. Now I initially thought I wanted less than 2 millimeters, but I tried that on and it felt really small. And so the gal actually helped me. She said, I feel like with the center stone that Sawyer has picked, which I didn't know at the time, she said I would recommend a 2.5. And I said, I will follow your lead.
Awesome.
Yeah. I said, I'll follow. She goes, I promise it'll feel thin
They've done
and
this
dainty.
before.
Yeah. And the last thing on the band that I really, really wanted was a 90-degree angle. Now, I really wanted this for a specific reason, because I wanted it to feel really chic. So having that crisp 90-degree angle,
nice
really
squared off.
Nice and squared off versus rounded. Plus, when you wear a wedding band or any other bands with it, it'll lay flat. It'll lay flush against your actual prongs and setting.
So I picked out the center stone. I'll get into. I'm gonna have her leave here in a second, so I can get it. Yeah, I don't want to tell you the carats and everything. Well, let you watch the video yourself.
So they normally recommend like a basket to make sure that it's structurally sound.
But it kind of went against her idea, which is to have a diamond on display. So what we went and told him was, you know how in a museum the diamonds are like held by just like little pieces of metal, so you just look at the diamond.
So they helped us pick the peg head. And
they did an awesome job.
And it definitely makes it really perky, and actually adds a little bit more metal around the diamond, which I think is really pretty as well. So anyways, it is structurally sound, it is beautiful, and then the last tiny detail is the shape of the prong around the diamond. So I went with a petite claw prong, and that's exactly what they gave us. That's stunning.
Freaking awesome. What I've learned from you is it's not, you can pick and choose what's important to you in the ring. Like for this ring in particular, the center stone was what was really important to me. So we could go less diamonds on the side, smaller diamonds. Like
that's not how it works.
It isn't?
No. I had done a ton of research before Sawyer and I really talked about it, because I wanted to fully understand what I was kind of going to be asking for, because I could have sent him, like you said, the dream list, and it would have been like crazy.
It's a flawless diamond.
Flawless diamond.
Of course.
Everyone wants that. But what's cool is you can actually be more generous in other areas. Like go like lower in clarity and higher in color, and you kind of meet in the middle, and a lot of those affect the prices like you won't even believe. And that's the cool thing actually about jamesallen.com is you can actually sit on their website and mess with the carat size, the color,
you can digitally
and
see them on your finger too.
Well, yeah, that. But you can also keep dragging it around and kind of see and mess with the price and see what clarity affects the price. And hey, I don't mind going a little less in clarity, you know, if we.
But I want the size.
But I'd rather have the size and. Yeah, you can kind of fudge a few things, and that's also where the diamond expert comes into play.
Yeah, they
she
can
will
help
you make sure, and this is very, very key, you want your diamond to be eye clean, people. And that means that there are no little, like...
specks of dirt in the diamond when you're looking at it with your natural eye.
There's a word for it. Oh my gosh.
Imperfections.
Imperfections.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got a clean ring. I'm gonna do some photos with the macro lens and kind of get a good look at it.
Sure. Did you need the sheet with all the exact specs?
I do. All right, let's take a deep dive and figure out how many carats this thing is.
I don't even know. I haven't even... doesn't matter.
It's enough. Also, just remember, guys, that it really doesn't matter. The size, important. Like, the thing that's important in a ring is the fact that you've bought it for someone you want to spend your life with, and that you're presenting it to them as a symbol of your love for your unity together. It's a beautiful ring, and I love a good, beautiful ring, but what's really important is the sentiment behind it. The love you have that is memorialized by the ring itself.
You could have given me a zip tie and I still would have said yes.
Wait, really? Oh man, I could have gotten that new Leica I had my eye on, but okay.
No,
okay.
No,
right.
It's a very good point because it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's the meaning behind it, and that's all that matters.
Well, I appreciate that. She's stoked. I haven't gotten to take macro shots of the ring yet, and this is something I've been wanting to do since I got it. This is the box that they sent it in, which is freaking awesome because the ring was there, and then they also have all of the paperwork and certificates and certifications of diamonds and stuff right in here. But if my memory serves me, they actually also included a loop, which if you've never seen what a loop does, let me see if I can figure out how to show you this. I'll show you with my iPhone, but this is like a little jeweler's loop, which is like an eyeglass you always see people looking at diamonds through. James Allen actually sent me all of these pictures of this stuff before I had chosen this stone, and it just it made me see the point. It made me realize how incredible this diamond actually is. And you can see the star, like that 6, 7, 8 pointed star that's going on in there, and it's absolutely... You can tell that there's no dark, dirty lines or like dots in there, the impurities Angelique was talking about before. This diamond is pretty freaking up there. Now for what you guys have been waiting for, let me go ahead and go into our paperwork and get a little bit of information about the actual diamond itself. So I have all of the information about the stone right here. Now, so before I actually tell you what this stone is, I want to tell you about what I had to learn about diamonds. Angelique mentioned it before, but there's cut, clarity, color, and the carat weight. I only knew about the carat weight as a male. I had no clue that there were these other things. Now, the cut is how, I believe, the way it's cut. I might need Angelique back in here for this. Come on back in, bring your chair. I actually need you. I realize I don't know much about diamonds.
Oh.
You're much more professional than I am. I brought my... She looks so tall, right?
I do.
She's not that tall.
No.
So, I wanted you to explain, what are the different cuts? Do you happen to know? Because there's like princess cut.
No.
Okay, no, those are different.
Princess cut is the square diamond.
Okay.
So there is a spectrum when it comes to the cut of a diamond. Now, normally you want to lean more towards triple excellent, and that's where most people try to stay.
Well, the shape of this diamond is true hearts round.
True hearts.
Is
that what you're telling me?
Yeah, it's the number one. Yeah, it's a true hearts cut.
That's like flawless cuts. Like,
see, true
that
hearts.
means, so I'll have Sawyer put a, oh my god.
Yeah, it's a true heart.
I'll have Sawyer put is it a diagram or a picture?
Yeah.
But
Of the
it
spectrum?
actually, well, of the spectrum, as well as what true hearts means. It means in certain angles, it actually makes hearts and arrows.
Okay.
I can't believe that.
Yeah. So
Wow.
let's talk about the because remember we have the cut, which is that the cut, the carat, the color, and the clarity. Those are the important 4 factors. Color, what's the spectrum?
So most people try to stay between F, E, and D, and that is considered colorless. Now D is being like the most colorless. That is
Colorless. Yeah.
Meaning that is like perfect.
As close as you can get.
As good as it can get. Yeah, that's flawless. Colorless.
So colorless means that the actual stone doesn't have a tinted color. There's sometimes where stones will be kind of yellowish or like take on different tones. Those are further down the spectrum.
Another quick little tip: if you're, I think this is so fun. if you want your diamond set in gold, you can actually fudge your color a little bit more because it's already set in gold. So
it's already tinted from the gold anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be reflective a little bit, so you can kind of like fudge your color in that aspect, which I thought was kind of cool. But mine's in silver.
And yours is a E color.
Oh,
so it's pretty good.
Dang.
It's actually really good.
That's really good.
So yes, I was looking at a couple different stones, and one of them was like so much more expensive. That was a D.
Yep.
And that was the only difference. And like they've said, is the difference between a D color and an E color can't be seen by the human eye.
And
so
sometimes it like doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Yeah, it's
no one's gonna be like, oh, that must be an E.
Yeah, no one knows. The next part is clarity.
Yes.
What is the spectrum of clarity?
Oh my gosh, what is the spectrum of clarity?
Flawless.
Well, yeah, FL.
Which is just.
Okay, I got this.
If you're buying a flawless diamond,
yeah.
You've got a yacht. Let's just say.
So yeah, you got flawless. Then you have.
The most flawless
the most
clarity.
Flawless is flawless. Then you have IF. Then you have VVS1 and VVS2, and honestly, sometimes between those you can't even tell the difference. Then you go down to VS1, VS2, and even then, those diamonds are absolutely stunning as well. Like, it's very hard as long as it's eye clean to even see anything. And then we go to SI1. Then you drop down to SI2, SI3, and so on and so forth.
So we'll put that up there.
If you get one that's eye clean, somewhere that can save you a lot of money is staying right by SI1, right below VS2. It's just a little tip for you.
You didn't tell me that when I was buying it. Yours is a VVS1.
Holy. Okay, well now I'm speechless.
Well, this is why I wasn't going to have you in here for.
Well, no, this is really cool.
Again, this should show you that what you buy doesn't matter because it's all about just what it means to each other. Well, did you know you have 86 diamonds in your band?
What?
Yeah,
in that little thing?
Yeah, you have 86 diamonds.
Wow.
And they're VS1s.
Oh. So they do that very often to make sure that it
color matches.
Yeah, it color matches to your center stone.
The carat weight, I think I don't know what's. There's not really a spectrum for carats.
No, I think it's literally whatever you want to get
that
person.
Like, yours is like the visual appeal of like a 4 carat.
Yep.
And it's just over 3.5. So.
Look at that.
Yes.
Does it say the millimeter face? Is that...
No, it does not. But it's 10. It's 10.10, I believe.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just registered. Hold on.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
The millimeter face is something that can really be paid attention to. And
I already told him it's a little shorter and fatter.
Yeah, but it's still like a true heart, apparently, so you still get all that brilliance that's supposed to be in there. So it's just Is that it?
Yeah, you're dismissed. You don't need anything else.
I can't believe. Sorry, that is so cool. I love you.
I love you. I'll return it in a second.
Okay, good. It's all clean. I'd like to put it on.
Yeah, okay. So, a little word of wisdom from someone who just has done this before now. It's very easy to say, like, don't worry about the ring, but I want you to know that whatever ring you get your partner, even if it's just out of a Cracker Jack box, like, whatever ring you give someone you love will be the perfect ring, no matter the size, no matter the clarity, the cut, all of the little details. This ring is a celebration of our love, and your ring for your partner will be a celebration of your love. No rings should be compared side to side. I'm not joking. That's all that matters, and you gotta remember that. No matter what ring you get your partner, it will be the perfect ring. So to wrap this up, I have 3 moments that kind of stand out to me as being the most magical moments of this entire process. Actually, I have 4. The first one being the moment I realized that I actually did want to propose and I wanted to spend the rest of my life with her, and I was going to be embarking on my ring journey. That was just one of the coolest moments I've ever had in my life. And I can't explain it, but when you get there, you're going to know exactly what I mean. The second moment that just stands out to me as being surreal was the moment that this big box was delivered to me. The moment I picked up the final ring. I had no idea, and I opened it, and there sits this little perfect red box, and I opened it, and I was blown away. I had seen pictures. James Allen had sent constant updates, so I knew what the ring was looking like and gave my approvals, and I was not prepared to see it in real life. I just wasn't prepared, and it was one of the coolest moments I could have ever had to come home with this box and ring and FaceTime Angelique's dad and show him what I was about to do. It was something I'll remember for the rest of my life, and I just feel giddy even talking about it. The third memory that just sticks out to me like a sore thumb was when I proposed and I saw her face when she saw the ring, and her face just, I could tell I did it right. I could tell it was her dream ring, and then placing it on her finger, it just doesn't feel real. It's seared into the back of my mind, and it helps me get through bad days. Like, I know that sounds ridiculous. I would have never imagined that such a small token of my love would mean so much to not only her, but also me. The fourth realization that just stood out to me, and it sounds a little egotistical, but I didn't realize how many people would comment on the ring, not just on social media, but in real life. Usually, you buy yourself a car and everyone's like, oh, that's an awesome new car. And after a few months, people stop. Everywhere we go, every single person who sees the ring comments on it. And this is going to happen every single day for the rest of our lives. As long as she's wearing that ring, people are going to stop her to talk to her about her ring. And I never realized that. I never realized how cool and special that can be for a woman to be so proud. I think it's so cool that something that means so much to us is constantly a topic for other people when talking to Angelique. It gives her a source of pride. It fills her with joy, and she tells the stories of how we did it, and it's a really cool experience. And those are the 4 moments that just stand out to me more than anything else. Now, for anyone who is thinking of embarking on a similar journey in their life, picking out an engagement ring to propose to the love of their life, here's my advice. Find out what elements of the ring are important to your partner. Instead of trying to give them their dream ring or thinking that you can't give them the ring they want, talk to them. Find out what's important to them. What do they dream about? What aspects of the ring mean the most? And then put all of your focus and money there. And just do what you can. For anybody who is actually approaching this stage of life or considering proposing to someone or just looking for an engagement ring, just thinking about it, I honestly cannot recommend JamesAllen.com enough. They sponsored me in this channel. They provided us this ring. They worked with me for weeks, they worked with me for months to get this ring perfect. They took a process that would have caused me an inexhaustible amount of stress, and they made it so easy and fun that I actually even enjoyed it, dare I say. Now, if you go with James Allen, there's actually a couple things you can do to save yourself a little bit of money. You can do a lab-created diamond, which is chemically and optically the exact same as an earth-grown diamond, but up to 30% cheaper. That is a really great option when trying to get a ring that might be a little bit outside of your comfort zone. You also have the benefit of buying online. So when you buy online at jamesallen.com, a lot of times you're looking at 50% cheaper than when you go into an actual retail store. Also, their inventory is incredible. You have 200,000 plus conflict-free diamonds. You can actually look at them in like a magnified HD, see them on your finger. You can actually see the diamond clearer than with a jeweler's loupe. And then one other huge reason to choose James Allen is they actually have the James Allen guarantee. So if the ring doesn't fit, you can get it resized for up to 60 days. And if it's not even what you're looking for, you can get a full refund for up to 30 days with the shipping on them as long as you're in the US. So that's my piece. That's what I've got to say. I can't control where or how you buy an engagement ring, but I can honestly tell you what my experience was like. And JamesAllen.com has literally taken something I have been afraid of my entire life and made it one of the happiest moments of my life. So thank you guys for believing in me. Thank you for sponsoring our engagement. Thank you for making this happen. It honestly means the world to me, as well as all the viewers watching who have watched me for since longer than I've known my fiance. Some of you guys have been with me 11 years. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for taking interest in our lives and letting me share this with you. I pray that you have as much happiness and joy in your relationship as Angelique and I do in ours. And if you ever get engaged, if you ever get married, I just hope it's a magical experience like it was for us, because it's special and I'm gonna remember it the rest of my life. That is it for this video. Starting next week, I'm gonna be doing a photography basics masterclass on the channel so that no matter where you are in your photography journey, whether you're just starting out or already getting there, I'm gonna take you from the first day holding a camera to your first day as a professional photographer making a full living from your art. That is my goal for 2022. I'm just gonna give you all the information I have, and I want you guys to be the next generation of professional photographers. I love you guys very much. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next week. Peace.
So apparently Sawyer ended the video without me, but I just want to say that I am obsessed with my ring and he did such a good job. And what are you laughing about over there?
You do your little outro. It's adorable.
I just love it so much, and I wanted to be a part of the outro, so I'm putting my 2 cents in. But no, really, it's just special, and it was really cool to me that Sawyer and I got to create it together, and then also to have James Allen's input and their expertise with us was just, it just worked out so well, and I'm just really happy, and I love it. And he's staring at me. I love you, and thank you. It's so pretty. It's so me, but okay. Bye.
I love you.
I love you.